You did something kind today, maybe small, maybe nobody saw it, and it felt good. That feeling is the problem, not the kindness, the feeling. Because the moment you feel good about helping someone, a very old philosophical trap springs shut around you, and it has been waiting there for centuries. The trap has a name: psychological egoism. It is not the claim that people are cruel. It is something stranger and harder to escape. It says that every single act you have ever called generous was, at its root, performed because it served you. The warm feeling, the relieved conscience, the avoided guilt, all of it benefit, all of it selfish, just wearing a costume. Thomas Hobbes built this argument into the foundation of modern political theory in 1651. His universe had no room for genuine sacrifice. Human beings, he wrote, are engines of self-preservation. Charity happens because the sight of suffering makes you uncomfortable, and removing someone else's pain removes your own. You are not helping them. You are helping yourself to a quieter mind. Nietzsche pushed harder. He looked at compassion, what he called Mitleid, suffering alongside, and saw something almost predatory in it. The person who gives, he argued, often needs to give. It confirms their power. It places the receiver beneath them. Kindness in this reading is dominance with a smile on its face. This is not comfortable, but discomfort is not the same as being wrong. Daniel Batson spent decades at the University of Kansas trying to break this argument open. His empathy-altruism hypothesis proposed that genuine concern for another person, not your own distress, but actual other-focused care, could produce behavior that is truly selfless. He ran experiment after experiment. In one design, subjects who felt high empathy for a suffering stranger helped them even when escape was easy, even when no one was watching, even when helping cost them significantly. Batson believed this broke the egoist case. Real empathy, he argued, generates real altruism. The psychological egoists had an answer ready. Of course you helped. Imagining that person's pain activated your own pain circuits. You helped to switch them off. The reward was internal, but it was still a reward. Your brain never stopped running the calculation. And here is where it gets genuinely strange. Neuroscientist James Rilling at Emory University scanned brains during cooperative and generous decisions and found activation in the same reward circuitry that lights up for food, for sex, for money. Generosity feels good because your brain is built to make it feel good. That architecture evolved because groups of cooperators out-survived groups of defectors. Your kindness is an ancient survival strategy running on autopilot, dressed up as a moral choice. So where does that leave you? If every generous act produces a reward, emotional, social, neurological, does the reward cancel the virtue? This is the real edge of the argument, and it cuts in both directions. Philosopher Joel Feinberg pointed out that the egoist commits a quiet, logical error. Just because an action satisfies a desire does not mean the desire was selfish in its object. If you genuinely desire someone else's well-being, not the feeling of helping but their actual flourishing, then satisfying that desire is other-directed, even if satisfaction feels good. The feeling is a byproduct, not the goal. Think about the last time you helped someone, and it cost you something real. Time, money, embarrassment, and you did it anyway. Not because anyone was watching, not because it made you feel powerful, but because something in you simply could not leave the situation alone. Was that selfish? Maybe the question is the wrong shape. Maybe selfishness and selflessness are not opposites sitting at two ends of a line. Maybe they are braided together so tightly in every human act that pulling them apart destroys what you were trying to examine. Hobbes saw a machine. Nietzsche saw performance. Batson saw something that looked, under controlled conditions, like genuine care. All three were probably looking at the same thing from different angles. You helped someone today. It felt good. And that might mean nothing about whether it was real. The kindness was real. The cost was real. The other person's relief was real. The fact that your brain lit up afterward does not erase any of that. It just means your ancestors who cared survived long enough to build you. If that reframe stays with you, subscribe. The next one goes somewhere just as uncomfortable.